vanishing off the screen.
But I mean, that's good, right? I think that's like better for your eyes.
I mean, unless you have to strain them, I guess. Maybe Polish.
Oh, it could actually be worse in a way. Yeah, if you sit so far that, well,
maybe Polish is farsighted. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
In any case, we are into Polish versus Magi.
I've worn glasses my whole life. Basically, it's funny. My prescription hasn't changed in like 20 years. My eyes, every time I go to the eye doctor, I got an optometrist test like the other week. They were exactly the same as they've always been. Next time, I'm just going to come and I'm just going to tell the doctor, look, man, it's just the same. It's like it's not. They're just here, you know. They're not going anywhere. Just give me the same usual.
Vision's pretty good, yeah. But you know, still needs glasses.
Yeah, I mean they're not getting better, but they're not getting worse.
Is that something that happens often?
No,
yeah,
I think if you get like laser, if you get LASIK, right, then they get better. Yeah. I could do that.
Some people swear, but that makes you light sensitive, right?
No, I think that's only if they screwed up.
Down smash on the platform, I think, covers everything there.
It does, yeah. It's just a question of, you know, which way do you get sent, right? Because obviously if you tech in and you down smash them back inward to the stage, Peach is probably not really in a spot where you're going to be able to get a significant more, you know, the combo's probably just going to end.
Oh, I kind of like the wave dash forward jab. And come to think of it, Magi, we've seen a few jab conversions from against Hungry Bucks too.
I think I think at this percent you're looking for the jab bear that you got on H-box, right? Yeah. And they might run into it. And of course, if they don't run into your jab, then no harm, no foul right there, like pops Peach up.
Yeah.
But of course, she's off stage. It's not like Magi can get a real follow-up.
F-tilt. I wonder if that one was on purpose. It's very rare that a Peach F-tilt's on purpose, but it could have been.
Golf. Wow. Swinging for the fences with the down smash, with the golf club. Oh my god, that upper is actually, well, okay, not going to kill.
Oh, it gets up.
Dude. I think Magi was, she tried to get really fancy with that air dodge. That's okay.
And over 200%.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't get, okay.
Oh, Polish almost waited out Magi's shine stall. Almost caught the exact timing that Magi double jumped back.
Is that a moonwalk?
Oh, what a flop from Polish's Peach. 239 on this first stock. Insane survivability.
Yeah, you can't let that be the norm.
You got to get, you got to find some way to wrap these stocks up earlier. I mean, I think if you're playing on Dreamland on your strike, I used to strike here versus Peach, and anytime I would like tell myself like, don't approach, camp. Like you gotta play, you gotta use this, you know, you gotta really use the stage. The problem is once you're down a stock, you don't really get that luxury anymore.
Sure. Yeah, this, I mean, maybe not as much as Fox Peach, but this is one of those matchups where if you have the lead, it just tends to grow, especially from the Peach side. Little down air catches. Not able to tank an aerial though. Wow, able to make it back.
Polish's vertical spacing.
Yeah, really.
Shades of the H-Buck set. Kind of drip, using Peach's descent to trick up the person trying to anti-air though.
Right up onto the stage, but I mean, down air's not going to kill, and extra percent I think at this point doesn't mean all that much. 182 is already really high.
Yeah, really high.
Another down air you don't mind.
Weak air?
Yeah, catches the tournament winner. Second tournament winner we've seen from Magi, I think.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean,
whoa, that's buddy. I like that.
Polish definitely knows Magi's looking for a ledge dash, but unfortunately she's not really hitting them. And 192 here on the second stock. Polish has taken so much damage this set, but only lost one stock.
Just kind of confidently drifts right back all the way to the ground with no real mix-up. Yeah, that bear catches the jump. Falcos love to jump when you're invincible. They love to get up there. Yeah, that's the thing is below, I think it's like 30% or something, Falco's down air doesn't knock down. So if you're in the air as Peach, you're actionable first, even if you get hit by it. That's why you see Polish go up there with an aerial, like an air or an up air, and then even if it hits or trades with Falco's down air, you're still kind of in an advantage. And dashes into the laser, dash attacks into the laser. Slowly working? I mean, if Polish is up on the top platform, I feel like you need to make it a little more difficult to get down. Easier said than done, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yet another stop that I feel like Polish is well into the hundreds and really not necessarily in danger of dying. It feels like Magi just has not had a great way to take these stocks, even around 150. Jab Bear. Oh my god. Polish's air dodges, man. And there's a weak back here from Magi. Polish living to fight another day.
Okay, another jab and just DI's away.
God, Polish's defense is... Oh, and getting a shield grab off that. Trips up Magi's DI, and that is going to be game 1 for Polish. Living to absurd percents.
And I mean, I'm trying to think of the answer. As Magi, the problem is definitely I'm not killing early enough. But the question I have is, I don't know how. I don't know how you solve that.
Maybe just never go back to Dreamland. Just look, go to the other state, never look back.
Dreamland was definitely part of the problem, yeah. A little up air, DI down. What a big punish. Like, platform tech chases all over from such a slow character. Yeah, and sometimes, like, right there, Magi's trying to be tricky by just, like, walking forward a little bit in that instance, trying to maneuver where you would think Polish doesn't expect.
Yep.
But Polish just, like, waits until Magi commits to an action. There might be a little bit of a commitment issue. And not in the traditional sense
Right.
that you're used to. They're committing too much.
Committing too much.
Or in a way, yeah, in a way when it's not needed.
Jeez. Polish's defense so immaculate. Oh, what a power shot on Randall. Going nowhere from short off back here. Polish just like a brick wall right now. There's one. And forced to try to drift away from Magi's short off back air. Polish is going to lose that stock around 129, which is the lowest we've seen this set. Kind of bonkers because that's still a pretty high number.
That is definitely a high number.
Oh, what coverage there! With the float in there to cover the tech out and then still able to re-grab the tech in. Polish super fast on the platforms, like you said.
Oh,
that
waits
was
for
sick.
the dare?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
You usually don't try to even get around Falco's dare. You just kind of let it rock.
Yeah.
But jeez. Polish able to cover a couple options at a time on the edge guard, but doesn't quite close it out. Oh, this is a little spooky.
Yeah, well, forged in the clouds there for Polish.
Oh,
ooh, Magi.
And Magi just goes a little too deep. I think that you sort of need to... I get the feeling Magi's a little antsy, because at that point, Polish is already off the stage, so that's the weakest spot Peach can be. You either air dodge back up, or you take the ledge, which is just a disaster for Peach, right? So going down there a little bit extra risky.
There's Polish is really big on the, like taking a stock or even a game and then shaking his head. Or even winning a set and shaking his head, right? I think he did that with Hungry Box.
Yeah, but I feel like that was kind of, not out of disbelief or relief, one of those EFs.
One of those EFs. I was talking to Zane, actually asked me about it earlier. We were eating lunch, and Zane said, do you ever do that? Do you ever, like, you know, win and shake your head? I was like, yeah, I do that from time to time. And he's like, I never do that. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, winning's all that matters. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Smash players are crazy.
Oh my God.
Mindset of a champion.
Is that what it takes?
I love winning.
Is that what it takes? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely different outlooks on it, you know? There's definitely different outlooks on it.
Yeah.
HBox, you know, bet SD against HBox and Riptide. HBox popped off. Some people were like, oh, boo, that's bad sportsmanship. I thought it was kind of badass. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Winning's all that matters.
Finally get a break in this game.
That's right. Yeah. About time.
I wanted to point out the edge guard from Magi we saw before with holding a shine so that a turnip couldn't hit, and then wave landing off the side platform to cover inward movement with a back air to get it, was exactly the type of thing I was looking. In the push-pull of the match, it's almost always been Magi pushing, whether or not Polish is pulling. And so for Magi to finally like really pull in one of those critical moments is going to make things more interesting in neutral for sure. And as a matter of fact, Magi is the lead now.
Magi does have the lead now. I like the phrasing of push-pull because I think we saw exactly that, and that is exactly how you need to take a stock on Yoshi's. I think we saw exactly that in the HBox though. There was a lot of like, what dictated who was doing better in any given game or at any given moment was which one of them was baiting the other, pulling them in, and then getting the punish, versus the one that felt like they needed to extend into the airspace, if you will, that was controlled by the other character.
And speaking really generally, especially in a matchup where a character like Falco is, you can put yourself at really high risk, whereas Peach can't.
Yep.
It's extra important that you take actions where you mitigate the risk. Even more important than maximizing the reward is mitigating the risk, right? And one of the ways to do that is to make it so that your opponent is the one making the hard calls. And that's use that with movement, lasers, and that's what causes the pulling sensation that we see.
Right.
I don't know what caused the throwing across the stage sensation. Up throws are usually pretty good. Probably just a misinput. Yep, grabs the ledge smartly. Clean stock. Okay. Can we force Peach to the ledge? That's your goal here. Not quite. Ooh, another downer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Downer.
Yeah, good to have no doubt. Magi, I think, getting a little bit of the swagger back that we saw in the Ginger set.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Like, and now sometimes going all the way in. Which is, I mean, maybe was doing that too much before, but when sometimes you're backing off like that, it makes a big difference being able to really play the hot cool game. One of those big chain grabs. How has we noticed Ginger's recovery is really good. I haven't really taken notice yet of how good Magi's has been.
Yeah, I think before we even get there, I guess the DI has to be there, right?
yeah.
Not sure if that Magi was looking for like a weak dash attack or something there, but she definitely DI hard out.
Yeah, weak dash attack, I guess, is the mix-up. Is it? Do you DI the same way for both? I think you do. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You DI the same way for both of them, I think. All right, yeah, I like that. A couple lasers, then you put out that quick little back air to defend yourself, keep Peach on the brink. If you shoot too many lasers, especially someone like Polish will eventually weasel their way in, and that's when you need to put out a threat. Tries to do it with the up air there, but actually kind of deceptive is Peach's feet like reel up into her dress when she's floating like that. Pulls up the piggies. Yeah, I like the little retreating down air. That's the pull factor that we were talking about before. And I guess on FD, you're extra likely to feel like you need to do that because you're thinking to yourself, don't get grabbed. And one of the ways to do that is to continuously lower your risk by putting out more of these defensive preemptive aerials. Then every now and then, you know, you still go balls for the walls, but...
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the mix of aggression from Magi has been better in the last half of the last game up till now.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, if anything, I'm just a little shocked that Magi's dying so quickly to these nairs at the end of chain grabs. Like she's defaulting to DIing out or something. Let's see what happens here. Polish again with the chain grab.
Maybe it's also like Polish is ending it a little earlier than you have to because you could.
Yeah, there's that.
You could chain grab up until 120, and
yeah,
Polish is ending anywhere between like 110 and 120.
Right, right. You do have to be ready for it. I mean, I think what can work is DIing like survival DIing, and then reacting to them up throwing to DI away.
Yeah.
But like forward throw is the same way. Forward throw is such a fast throw that if you try to DI to hold out and react to forward throw to DI in, usually you'll miss that reaction. Whereas up throw is a slower throw. So.
I mean, so my take on it, honestly, is you're not going to mix Peach up from her throw. She just runs and then grabs you again.
Exactly.
So I just DI behind, and just keep doing it.
Like, yeah, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fine.
You're going to get an edge guard scenario against you, but it's not
If anything, they might miss their dash back, right? So,
yeah, exactly. Sure.
I don't know. But yeah, that's a tough game, but it is FD. Well, let's see if Magi, now that those two stages of Dreamland and FD are off the table, maybe she can make it work.
They're on Stadium too. And so the shield pressure that was so good against Ginger, and I think was pretty good against HBox too. We haven't really even seen that many opportunities for it with the way Polish has been, I guess, moving just outside of a range where Magi's shield pressure can be scary. Yeah,
definitely largely in the air. And I also think that a big part of her shield pressure game against Ginger was like Ginger's sort of scared of getting thrown, right? He doesn't want to get grabbed because obviously there's some pretty significant damage that Falco can do off a throw it against a Spacey, but Polish is kind of okay getting grabbed. And because he's okay getting grabbed, he's down to hold the shield for a little bit longer anyway.
Down smash on the platform, an interesting choice. Usually Peaches are the ones doing that. Off the stage. Okay, edgeguard works out, and that's the spot where Ginger was continuously going to the ledge and making it. Instead, Magi tries to make it on stage, and it doesn't work out. I guess it's just the suite of options that Polish is covering.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that late down air to be able to connect another aerial. Oh.
But not KOing.
Yeah, past himself.
Yeah, I kind of thought that it would KO.
Yeah, especially it's stadium, right? Famously low ceiling. Oh, I love the wave land to get out of the down smash, but doesn't stay that way.
Oh, but Magi.
Okay.
Love the little nair there.
Yeah. Probably come out about even in that trade.
Takes a little damage, but yeah, you're definitely down to take a stock. Always more significant to take a stock.
Back airing above. You know, the up tilt just barely didn't connect. I thought it was going to.
Yeah, the vertical spacing was pretty immaculate there.
Yeah, you know that a couple times about Polish's vertical spacing. It is pretty impressive. And not even always, I think that a lot of Peaches default to floating like above the...
Like the laser.
The highest short hop laser
Yeah.
height. Polish sometimes I think is a little bit lower sometimes.
Yeah, depending on what he's looking for. Sometimes he almost wants to take a laser in the air.
Yeah, because it's a laser. And if you're far enough away, like, does it matter that much?
Right, and you can immediately throw an aerial out if they try to approach.
Yeah. Then when he gets close, sometimes he'll float higher or back off. And he does this, like, weave in sort of like a circle away and then back towards the
And back
opponent.
it, yeah, with the float. Ooh, tricky stuff.
Turnip drop bear. Doesn't work out exactly. A little bit of damage, though. Okay. Randomly pulls out the tennis racket. This is a Mario Tennis.
Yeah. Oh. Magi would have loved to find an upper up there.
Okay, Magi suddenly pulling out the gun more. The gun is more present than it has been for a lot of the rest of the set.
I'm sure part of it is just the fact that at this percent, you know, Magi knows I'm probably not going to KO if I hit a bear right now. But if I do happen to build up, oh, that will definitely take it.
Yeah.
Excellent work chasing that roll with the down tilt preemptively. Magi poised here to take it to a game 5. Of course, Polish is going to try to wait the transformation out.
Yeah. Lasers are a pretty neat way to just play with the opponent's percents enough where you can just, if you're on the edge of being in or out of range of something, Polish is jumping off the stage again. Smart down air.
Wow.
Polish has been sending himself off the stage quite a bit in this pool.
Yeah. Honestly, that's been a lot of these players. I feel like a lot of these players have had some questionable moments off stage, but might just be the nature of the beast, you know? Ginger did end that Polish set with a really unfortunate side B off stage, so.
Yeah, that was throwing off in in special fall, which is even worse.
In special fall, which means you're really, really doomed. The final game here between Polish and Magi. Fountain Dreams, perhaps?
Can Polish go undefeated in the pool as last seed?
This would be monumental. I don't think anybody in any of these, probably not in any Smash World Tour region, if I had to guess.
Yeah, was last seed.
A last seed going undefeated would be monumental.
Let's name some other players this tournament that have gone undefeated in their pools. Zane. That's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Was IBDW undefeated?
I think so.
Yeah. Those are pretty, that is good company to be in. And Polish would love to be there.
Significantly, if you're first seed, you play a second seed tomorrow, and all you have to do is beat the second seed, and you qualify. You are immediately in top 8, and you qualify for the World Championship. So you have such an easier time for yourself. If you are a second seed, then you play somebody like Zane, or somebody like IBW, right? Or somebody like Polish, potentially.
Yeah, which honestly is looking just as scary at this point.
At this point.
Polish is a Peach. I mean, we haven't seen a great Peach in the U.S. and like this in a while. I mean, we see Lot on occasion or something like that.
We see Lot on occasion, yeah, but I mean, for a while, you know, Armada went quiet, right? And then we saw Triff competing at the top level with Peach. Lot, of course. Right now, it feels like, you know, Polish, a little bit of Wally, a little bit of Kalamazoo, right?
Yeah, he has this special sauce.
Polish definitely has, yeah, he definitely feels like, and the other thing, too, is I feel like Polish is just attending a lot of things right now, competing in a lot of different events and really putting himself out there, which you love to see.
You definitely love to see
I mean, it's kind of funny. There are a lot of top tiers in Melee where it feels like they get a little bit of a drought period from time to time.
Yeah.
And Peach is back in a major way. I remember this was a character that flew under a lot of people's radars for a while.
Yeah, Peach kind of ebbs and flows a little bit for sure. I mean, notably with our, you know, how Armada's doing. But
yeah, but not anymore.
Polish has this uncanny ability to just, I mean, sort of like faster characters usually do, to just barely stay outside of range of something or just worm their way in when you don't expect them to. Just get really tricky with it. It's amazing that you can do that with Peach, who hits so hard.
recipe here. Polish. Great recovery. Yeah, Magi forced to back off, giving Polish the ledge.
Yeah, you're happy to give Peach the ledge, but air dodge
nice
is back
air dodge.
on. Yeah.
I like that little air dodge angle, just kind of like swinging up past the ledge and then air dodging just slightly up.
You kind of just scoot a little bit on the.
Oh,
on the
Magi getting creative. I guess that couldn't have been a downer, huh? Had to be a forwarder for the reach. Would have loved to hit a downer, I'm sure.
I mean, this is just. Okay, yeah, nice up air read. I was about to say, that's almost pretty frustrating as Magi, where you feel like you really can't get hit much more, and it's so hard to get clean hits versus Peach.
Yes. Yeah, you need to play a very conservative game where you're really not giving the Peach any damage. Okay, I think she was looking for a Shine Waveland there, happened to get side B.
And you have to be extra careful at this percent, because Polish is going to start going up in the air with, like, aerials, and then he'll get that, I guess, like land cancel or whatever you want to call it. When you get down air, you don't knock over, so you're not tumbled.
You can act immediately, yes. Yeah. Polish has been doing a great job setting up for similar counterattacks.
It feels like crouch canceling in the air to me. It really
in a way,
does.
Yeah, in a way. Obviously, it's a different mechanic. You're not crouching, but
yeah, like you're tanking it. Yeah.
I remember, you know, Silent Spectre, the first player to do this, where he would jump into the air when Fox was down airing, and then he'd be able to counterattack as soon as he landed on the ground without the Fox being able to get shine out. Similar concept. Magi here. Oh my goodness, again missing the ledge dash. Where are the patented ledge dashes? They're not here. Polish is going to clutch the set out. 3-2 last stock, and he's defeated every single member of the pool.
Yeah, and Magi was bringing back, it was 3 stocks to 1 at one point. Magi really started to take control, didn't take that much damage throughout 2 entire stops.
Yeah.